Now, Rise news analyst Dayo Sobowale joins us now to discuss the National Security Advisor Nuhu Ribadu's linkage of insecurity in the north to youth illiteracy and measures needed to drive literacy in the region. Good afternoon, Mr. Sobowale. Warm welcome to the program.
Good afternoon.
Great. Let's get into it. Of course, you know, there is illiteracy, but there's a plethora of things that came out in that convocation address that he shared. We've had this conversation so many times about the role of the lack of education and what it's doing to fuel insecurity. But your comments on the speech given by Nuhu Ribadu, please.
Well, the speech actually is a broad analysis of our insecurity situation, and is in a position to do that. But on the issue of illiteracy, youth illiteracy, the answer is very simple. Education, adult education, because it's not a hopeless situation. There's adult education, and it's going on all over the world. It's not peculiar to Nigeria. Get the youths, get them to work, get them to school. Most of these people between the ages of 15 and 24, which are the people, the youth, the illiterate youths, these are dropouts from school. People who didn't have opportunity, and there are various reasons for that. Their parental background, lack of reading culture, and it is a problem that the North has always tried to tackle, but has abandoned over a long period of time. Even though the political power has always been in favor of the North in the distribution of power. You heard what Ribadu said there, that the Minister of Defense, the Minister of Education, the Minister of, they are all from the North. It's not because the North is being given preference. He forgot to add that Nigeria has 36 states, and almost more than half of that, they are from the North. So if they are from the North, they are from various states of the North. It's not, you should not treat, we don't want regionalization now, you should not treat it like that. Because many people complain that, why is it that the security leadership is from the North, like he himself, and yet most of the problems of the country are from the North. He has hit the nail on the head. If people are educated, they will know their rights. They will know, follow a profession, follow a career, and have no room to go into terrorism, which is the issue now. Unengaged, unemployed youths roaming the streets are cannon fodder, recruitment meat for terrorists, especially in areas where government has left a vacuum. There's no development. When these people come there, they find youths of that age who can carry guns, ammunition. They find them easy for that. They find them easy to recruit. So that is our problem. Because the North is part of Nigeria. We are not saying these things are going on in the North and not in the South. So we should look the other way. But then, what is the solution? What is the solution? The main issue he has not talked about. He talked about farmer herders problem. But the problem of the North, which he pushed out in terms of Boko Haram, is religion, whether you like it or not. He has not mentioned that, but that is the root cause of the matter. In the past, when we had the regional government, and Ahmadu Bello and Sardauna, Ahmadu Bello was the first Northern Premier, and Abubakar was the first Nigerian Prime Minister. They were both teachers. They were interested in education. They were interested in the North, catching up with the South in terms of acceleration of education. Because they were in power, and they needed people to fill federal government positions. And they didn't have many educated people. So they accelerated the education, sent people to crash courses overseas, agriculture, education, so many places. And when they came back, they accelerated their promotion so that they took charge of the federal public service. But unfortunately, they were gunned down, the coup of January 15, 1966. And ever since, the leadership that replace them, both military and civilian, have not placed premium in education. I remember when I was doing national service, they started the BP, free education, all over the country. But in Maiduguri, where I was serving, during school hours, that is the time you will see people going for Quranic lessons under Dogoyaro trees. And the military commander of that area then reported the military governor of Northeastern State to the Supreme Military Commander that they are not carrying out the instruction of the federal government on free education. And of course, later Boko Haram came, no to Western education, that has decimated education in the north. And you could see especially the targeted schools having girls there. Because in the north, you have the Sadauna area, they have so many, they call it GSS, government secondary schools, all over. And girls' schools, but these people came and decimated all that. That is why we are today, whereby the federal government is making sure Northerners are put in key positions, like education, to accelerate educational advancement in the north, and military to guarantee our security. How far they are succeeding with that, we are all here, you can judge. But it was not as if the north was not interested in education before. The pioneering political leaders after independence wanted the north to catch up. In some bits and pieces, military and civilian regime, they tried to bridge the gap in their own way. That's why you have JAM. JAM and so many of these things which made it difficult for southern candidates to get admission to some key institutions because they wanted to give preference to the north so that they can catch up. But that has not been very successful.
I like the fact that you mentioned the placement of northerners in key positions. Yes. That's rather strategic by this administration. But Mr. Sobowale, when it comes to collaboration, if we're going to see effective literacy campaigns, of course there are various stakeholders involving both states and local governments, CSOs, traditional and religious leaders, as well as members of the community. What would you like to see from the government in terms of a plan to foster such partnerships and ensure a buy-in from all the relevant actors in this?
Well, you see, we have a condition for states to have access to the tertiary education fund, but it's a contributory scheme. You must make some part of the budget available before you can participate in it. Most other governments have not done that. There's only one governor, I think Bauchi or somewhere, that went to the Ministry of Education and said they were ready to pay that to be able to participate. The fund is lying fallow. But then it's an open secret that aside from insecurity, and anyway, you cannot ignore insecurity because people can go to schools where you have bandits, you have kidnappers, you have religious fanatics trying to convert them, where you have artisanal miners looking for mining without license in various parts, especially Zamfara, Kaduna, the northwest. You see, the battleground before was the northeast. But I think in Borno State, the governor Zulum is doing a lot to make life easy for people. Of course, with the help of the security forces. But Zamfara, North Central,
and the Minister of Defense is from Zamfara.
That's right, that's what I said. No? He gave a logical explanation for why those people were put there. But that has not effectively germinated into a positive result. But then, government is a continuum, like I always say. Although he sounded confident that they are, and the president too of recent, saying that they are carrying the battle to these negative forces against our security apparatus. But the result is still not there. Not as positive as I would expect, or they too will expect. Because, see, look at the papers. the insecurity reporting is high. It's not as if the press is relishing in reporting it, but that is the situation on the ground. If people are educated, they will be able to find work. They will be able to have a career. They will be able to participate in civic duties. You get me? And the society will be a calmer, more peaceful place. The North is literally in turmoil. You get me? Although when you get to most state capitals, you don't get that impression. But in the hinterland, people cannot go to their farms. People cannot go to school. People cannot go to the markets. And if the Northerners are in charge of education and all these things, we can only hope for the best. Maybe there's need to reassess that rationale for putting them there.
Yeah.
This is a federation.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. Yeah. Well, we still wait and see what results will come out of it.